Haunted Historia TV.
Birthed in 1869 in the Siberian village of Pokrovskoye, he rose in humility to become one of the most oracular and controversial figures of the early 20th century, often proclaimed as the Mad Monk or the Holy Devil. His life was shrouded in mysticism, political intrigue, and the supernatural, giving insight into the multifaceted legend of the real-life wizard, Grigori Rasputin. His early life was scarred by poverty and hardship. Born into the peasant family, he experienced the harsh conditions of those days in rural Siberia. And despite the lack of formal education, Rasputin developed a reputation for possessing an innate spiritual sensitivity and charm. But his spiritual awakening truly began when he had what he perceived as divine visions and mystical experiences. From his encounters with the Buckley religious group, who proclaimed in achieving spiritual ecstasy through ascetic practices, self-allegations, and group rituals that placed emphasis on the supernatural transcendence, which inspired Rasputin's perception of the divine, setting him on a path that would interlink with the highest echelons in Russian society. But the turning point of his life is when he moved to the capital of the Russian Empire in St. Petersburg, and word of his supposed healing abilities and mystical insight spread, capturing the gaze of influential individuals seeking peace in an era marked by political strife and societal unrest. Rasputin's entrance into the court of Tsar Nicholas II and his Empress Alexandra Fyodorovna was aided by the widespread fame of his magnificent powers of healing. They believed he could heal their son Alexei, who suffered from hemophilia, a rare condition where the blood in the body doesn't clot properly, which results in frequent internal and external bleedings. But despite skepticism from many, Rasputin's perceived abilities to alleviate the young heir's symptoms earned him favor with the royal court, establishing a connection that would significantly impact the Russian society and history. Although, as Russia faced political and societal instability during the early 20th century, the Mad Monk's influence and presence in the royal court became increasingly problematic. His indulgent lifestyle, heavy drinking, and alleged intimate escapades also became prevalent. More so that critics accused him of manipulating the royal courts for personal gain, leading to a decline in trust and support from the monarchy. But before this, the lifestyle of the wizard, expressed by ascetic practices and the rejection of material comforts, greatly added to the mystique surrounding him. Even with his disheveled appearance and unconventional behavior, his unorthodox approach garnered him both followers and critics. For his reputation as a healer and spiritual aid attracted a diverse array of souls, from members of the royal family to common citizens. His healing sessions often involved prayers, ritualistic practices, and a declared ability to channel divine energy, fostering this devoted following. As the Mad Monk's influence over the imperial family grew, so did opposition from political and religious figures who beheld him as a threat to the stability of the Russian Empire, with rumors of his involvements in political decision-makings fueled by the cynicism amongst the elite that created a dangerous atmosphere. In December 1916, a group of nobles led by Prince Felix Yusupov and Grand Duke Dmitri plotted a hit on him. They lured him into the palace, where they fed him poison and shot him multiple times. Through these attempts, Rasputin remained alive and fought back fiercely, contributing to the perception that he possessed an almost supernatural awe. As on the night of December 29th, he was invited into the residence of Felix and the members of the aristocratic elite, offering him a poisoned wine and cakes. Even after consuming the lethal dose, he did not succumb immediately, leading to conspirators finally executing him by shooting him once more and then throwing his body into the icy Never River. His body, when recovered, showed signs of a fierce struggle, and the circumstances surrounding his death fueled enduring myths and conspiracy. In spite of his death, the Romanovs were eventually overthrown, which led to the establishment of a communist state. Grigori Rasputin's life and death remains a tapestry of myth and legend. From his humble beginnings, his influence reached unprecedented heights. His supernatural abilities and mystical powers fed to both fervent admiration, while others view him as a manipulative charlatan who took advantage of the royal family's vulnerability, with the strange position of his death only adding to the allure around the legend of the Mad Monk. And in understanding the wizard's life, one beholds not only a man of complex contradictions, but also a key figure whose presence left an indelible mark on the fascinating mysteries of the world in the early 20th century.